that year I got called into the Auckland ITM. So Wayne Pivac, who's the Wales coach now, he was the coach then.
Yeah.
At Auckland, so he called me in, and I did a few trainings with them. I thought I did enough. Like, I played well for club. I thought I did enough to, get a contract. Although there were some pretty good boys, Malakai Whakitoa and George Moala, and those were the centres. So I was competing against some big names, but I thought maybe I had done enough to get that last centre spot. And then Southland came knocking. One of my old high school Auckland schools coaches was coaching down there.
Okay.
So he just came up and he was like, "Hey, you wanna come down to Southland and try your hand at ITM?" And so I was like, "Okay, I'll get back to you." He said, "Well, you got 2 weeks to make up your mind.
Yeah.
Or else we got to go looking somewhere else." So I was like, "Sweet." I went back to Wayne. I said, "Look, I've got an opportunity to go play for Southland. Just wondering if, like, I know you haven't named your team yet, but would there be a chance of me getting a contract, like, within the next 2 weeks?" And he pretty much just said no. Like, he just said, I don't want you to go, but I can't give you a contract.
Yeah, that happens a lot though in rugby, yeah? Where they kind of hint to you to kind of stay, but they don't actually say to you. But then you stay and then there's nothing there. I've heard a few stories like that.
Yeah, they just like to keep the options open, and I don't know, but I understand because he didn't know who was going to get picked up by the All Blacks, like Malakai and all that.
Yeah,
so
that's tough to choose from. Man.
Yeah, so he didn't know whether he will have some spots available or not. So I just pretty much told him, "Well, thank you for your time. Like, I'm going to take this. I've got a young family. This might be my only opportunity." So, I just said thanks, and I packed my bags and went down to Southland on my own.
Oh, so the wife and the stayed up here?
Yeah, they stayed up here.
Stayed in Auckland, sorry.
Yeah, they stayed in Auckland. We just thought maybe I'll just go down and see what I can do.
Yeah.
And if it goes well, then maybe move them down. If I don't go well, then I'll come back home.
What was the transition like moving from Auckland to Southland?
Bro, it's different, man. Small little town.
Yeah.
Cold. Yeah, it was different, man.
It's probably like the same in Bricken, coming from Cardiff to Bricken.
Yeah, similar.
It's
like
farm town, yeah.
Very small. Everyone knows everyone. That type of...
But rugby's life. Rugby's like...
Yeah, everyone enjoys their rugby. Everyone loves their footy. It's rugby and basketball, I think. And
basketball?
Yeah.
Is Southland known for basketball?
Yeah. They got some good basketball players. Like,
true.
A lot of people used to go and watch basketball.
And
the netball sometimes, yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. No, I wasn't too... Like, see, us from Auckland, we would never know until we go down there and you realise, like...
Was that the first... Well, I'll be honest. I didn't leave Auckland until I was 25 or something.
Yeah.
Or like...
That was the first time I've left Auckland.
Yeah. I
was
had
23.
Yeah. The first time made the trek out.
Yeah. It was weird, like, just small and just how everyone knows everyone, and... Yeah, it was just quiet,
People different there as well?
Sort of like here, not many Polynesians, not many Islanders, except for the rugby boys,
Yeah.
Boys that come down there to play footy and try and crack Southland. But other than that, it's just all European and Balangis,
So was it like a second chance when they told you to go down to Southland? Was that like kind of like a second chance or kind of like a...
Yeah. Like...
You knew that was your only chance to play ITM?
Yeah. Like, I knew this... I had to take... Even though, Southland weren't very good, like, I knew I could do something, I just needed to get on the scene. Like, I just needed to get on that professional environment. And I trusted and backed myself, knowing that I could, make a name for myself and stuff like that, because from high school days, I knew what I was capable of. I was just like, it was just a matter of getting on that, being able to train every day and
keeping busy.
Yeah, keeping busy and just being in that professional environment where you train for a living and have a routine instead of just doing nothing.
Floundering watching Netflix.
Yeah,
that's pretty much what I've been doing the last 6 months, man. I think I've clocked Netflix making my way through Amazon Prime. Yeah, so you went to Southland and you had an awesome season that year. I remember that season. Who was in that squad again?
So me and was Carter Vainga. Do you know Carter Vainga?
Yeah. What's he up to now? Is he still playing?
To'o's son, you know To'o Vainga.
Yeah. Is he still playing?
He's
footy?
in Italy.
He's playing Italy. Oh, okay.
Yeah, so he's one of the boys, and
so he was playing out. He was winger. Was he playing midfield or?
Yeah, me and him were the midfield.
Yeah.
So 12, 13. And there were a lot of Auckland boys down there. You know, like a lot of Auckland boys just coming out of high school. You know, one of my best mates, Michael Fatialofa. One, he had an injury in Worcester. His spine was gone and stuff like that. So
that's another Mags product, eh?
Yeah, another Mags boy. One of our boys. But yeah, there were just lots of Auckland boys, and then there were a lot of hearty, old school, like Southland Highlanders type players. You know, like you got your Jamie McIntosh and
Whopper.
Whopper. You got your you're at Powell.
Oh, the Powell, yeah.
So we had Wop. And
good man, Wops. What are we up to? Shout out.
Yeah, John Hardy, Tim Boyes. You know,
like
Elliot Dixon.
Yeah, the hearty.
Yeah,
the hearty.
Forwards. We had the hearty forwards. We just needed some bit of flair in the backs.
Some flair in the backs.
Thought, us boys coming from Auckland could sort of bring that. You know, Lima Sobaka ended up coming down and playing for us.
Yeah.
At Southland. So yeah, we didn't do too badly. You know, my first week there actually. So before I left was my birthday. So we had a big piss up at Suburbs.
Yeah.
It was like a piss up farewell.
Yeah.
Before I left. So got smashed, absolute hammered on that weekend. And then I left on that Monday and I joined the training on Thursday.
Yeah.
Bro, we did this fitness. First set, I was hissing. Bro, then the alcohol crept in. Oh, bro. Was coming last.
Yeah.
I was behind all the props and everyone.
Is he the coach?
I'll tell you the story. And like all the Auckland boys, like the boys that knew me, they vouched for me. They were like telling the coach, nah, he's good, man, he's good. So the coach that got me, he was the assistant coach. But the head coach didn't know me. After that session, head coach wanted to send me back.
Oh, no way.
That's how bad it was. He wanted to send me back. So he went and told the thing coach, like, look at him, he's not fit enough, he blah, blah, blah. And then the Auckland boys, like the boys they were playing, they were like, just wait till he plays, just wait till he plays. He was telling the head coach, wait till he plays. I played a game of club rugby on that Saturday. I scored like 3 tries. And I was like, oh. Then the coach was like, okay, sweet. I like what I'm seeing, blah, blah, blah. And then we actually played our first ITM game against Tasman, I think. I was on the bench. Going well. I came off the bench and, you know, set up a couple. Like, I played well enough. Then the second game, Bay of Plenty, on the bench again. Came on, played well again. And then the third game I started, and then I started all the way through. Like,
wow.
Yeah.
And then from Southland, that's where you got picked up from the Hurricanes?
Yeah. So at Southland, like I said.
How many years were you at Southland, sorry? 1 or 2?
I played 3 years there.
Oh, you played 3 years there?
Yeah, but I made the Hurricanes after my second year.
Yeah. Oh, so you played 2 years.
Hurricanes, and then came back and played another Southland.
Yeah, at Southland. Oh, okay.
So 3 years all up at Southland.
So when you got the call that you made the Hurricanes, that they were going to take you, what was that feeling like?
Oh, bro. I was in shock, man. I was in shock. Like, I didn't...
Were you expecting it? Yeah, kind of, because you were informed that year. I remember your name, hearing it around.
Well, I had already had a phone call from them, had a phone call from the Blues, and I had a phone call from the Highlanders, from Jamie Joseph. Just phone calls just to see, you know, and they were just telling me what I need to work or what they want to see from me and where they're at with their centres and their squads and stuff. I pretty much told my agent that if they all 3 of them wanted me, I want to go to the Hurricanes.
Oh,
yeah. I knew I couldn't go to Auckland. I wasn't ready.